Morning everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Instead of riding one of my own routes today, I've decided to review a route that I found in the Good Mountain Bike guidebook. For those who own that book, the ride is called simply Avebury, and it's on page 341, I believe. You can do the route in many different ways. I've decided to start the ride at Overton Hill and do the route in an anti-clockwise direction. You begin by riding up the Ridgeway for about a mile before dropping down to Avebury, and then you head up onto Cherhill Hill via the village of Yatesbury. From there you head over to Morgan's Hill, where you join the Wansdyke path, and you essentially follow the Wansdyke path all the way up onto Tan Hill, before dropping back down to East Kennet and then back up onto Overton Hill. I have actually ridden all the sections of this ride before in the past. They're all very well known to me, but never this particular route in this way. So I do have a good idea of what's coming today. But yeah, so it should be a really good ride. I'm really looking forward to it. I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so we're just heading up the Ridgeway away from Overton Hill, and we're going to follow the Ridgeway for about a mile before descending down towards the village of Avebury. It's a really good descent actually. I've featured it in a few of my videos already, but I really enjoy it, so it's, for me, always worth incorporating it into a ride if I can. It's not actually as warm and sunny as I thought it was going to be. I was looking through the weather app over the weekend and it looked like this was going to be perfectly clear skies and quite warm, but I think I've missed it by a day, and potentially we'll get a bit of sunshine later on in the afternoon. Jacket is still on for now. So just come up to the crossroads at Overton Down, where we're going to leave the Ridgeway National Trail and join the Wessex Ridgeway that runs down and through Avebury. So you're just going to turn left here. Last time I was up here, if you remember from my Cherhill and Avebury video, there was absolutely nothing to see, so at least we've got a nice clear view today. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Right, just entering the village of Avebury. A little bit busier than it's been actually. Seems like with the COVID restrictions lifting soon, people are heading back out. So, the bottom of the high street, we're just going to turn right here. Thanks. Cheers. I'm going to go right here. It's obviously been dry. Last time I was here, this was completely filled with water. It's obviously a drainage ditch for the river or something like that. Completely dry now. Right, gonna turn right. And we follow this road and then the track further on into Avebury. Right, straight over at the crossroads. Turn left here. And this is known as the Avenue. Okay, so just turning right here. And we'll turn left down onto Juggler's Lane. Climb up into Cherhill village, probably at the lowest point in the ride now. That obviously means there's going to be quite a fair bit of climbing ahead of us. Straight over the road and start the long climb up towards the monument. This climb starts off quite steady, but the higher you get the steeper it gets, and then eventually it becomes steps, which I'll have to get off and push up. Oh, got myself wedged under a tree. Here are the steps, and you'd have to have some serious endurance and skill to climb up here without stopping. Right, so we're about halfway up now. A little bit further to go, but already it's probably the best view of the White Horse so far, and that's the Lansdowne Monument to the right. But the hill figure is actually one of the oldest of these white horses in Wiltshire. The only two older ones are the Uffington White Horse, which is over in Oxfordshire, and the Westbury White Horse, but this one dates from the 18th century, according to my good friend Wikipedia. Anyway, yeah, so we've got a little bit more climbing to go, and then we'll stop and have a look at the view at the top. Just going to follow the bridle way up through this gate and around the side of this hill. Lansdowne Monument ahead, or Cherhill Monument as it's also known. And you can just start to see the earthworks of Avebury Castle, which sits on top of Cherhill Hill. It's an Iron Age hill fort. So it's a pretty stunning view from Cherhill Hill. You can see the White Horse just there and the tops of Avebury Castle, or the earthworks of the hill fort. And I mean, you can see for miles, almost certainly into the Cotswolds and the very horizon. And Cherhill village is just down in the valley below, and then there's Calne, I think that's Chippenham further on. And then over here you can see Calstone Down, and the Wessex Ridgeway, which runs up the side of it, of Morgan's Hill, which has the two radio towers. That's where we're heading, and then we're going to follow the Wansdyke path all the way along this ridge, which goes out of sight behind the Lansdowne Monument, which is ahead of me. Right, let's continue. We're about a third of the way round now. So far this ride has been excellent. So next we head up through the centre of Avebury Castle, and then turn right and descend through Calstone Down and over towards the Wessex Ridgeway. Okay, so we're going to turn right here, just climb up to the top and then descend back down again. Well and truly spoilt for descents on this ride. This is another really good one. This is Calstone Down. Through the gate here and then up to the right. Well, it's been very rideable so far, this section. Just a steady climb, nothing too strenuous. You can see that it doesn't take a lot of rain. We only had a little bit over the weekend where it suddenly turned very boggy and wet again. Now I'm looking for a turning on the left. It should take me up to the top of Morgan's Hill. I'm going to have to be careful not to blow right past it. I think it's here. Yeah, that looks like it. Turn off here. Definitely a push to the top, I'm thinking. Not even going to try and get on. So this is Morgan's Hill, pretty much at the top now. It's very recognisable because of its two radio towers, which are almost as prominent as the monument at Cherhill. And we're just going to go over the top here and join the Wansdyke path, which descends down the other side. A good section. As I say, this ride is full of really good descent, which is obviously what you want. So you want to head straight through here. It looks like someone's driveway. You can see the footpath sign. Head around to the right of the house. So this is probably the slowest part of the ride, the next few miles. It's not all uphill, but it's a sort of steady climb up towards Tan Hill, and this is kind of the first part of it. It does actually feel surprisingly remote out here. Seems like you can ride for several miles and not necessarily see anyone. It's just surrounded by farmland pretty much as far as the eye can see. Leaving the Wansdyke path now. Well, not the path, but getting down off the Wansdyke itself on this farm road. You probably can keep riding along the top of the bank to my right, but I'm going to go along here. It's just a bit easier, especially with that climb ahead. Right, just beginning the climb up onto Tan Hill. Just about to hit the steepest section. Still very rideable. It's a good solid track. This is a false summit. I think we've still got a bit more climbing to do. I forgot about that. Still got to go round and up to the left here. Okay, so I think we're pretty much at the highest point of the ride now. I think the very summit of Tan Hill is just over to my right. I think that's the second highest point in Wiltshire. The highest point being Milk Hill, which is the next hill over, as you can just see coming into view now. Section. So it looks like another short climb. This time up onto Milk Hill. Wow, the sun's come out and it's suddenly, within seconds, got really warm. This bike ride's been really good so far. It's been an excellent mix of great scenery, some sort of slower remote riding, really good descents, challenging climbs. Really good. It's like a short descent down through several fields. This is a start of another really good descent down towards East Kennet. Final major descent of the ride. It's turned into a really stunning afternoon. Now the sun's come out, burned through the cloud. Ditches here. Centre's probably the best option. Down. Well, seeing as this is a review, I should probably give my verdict. And this ride today has been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. If you live in this area, you definitely need to give this route a try. The only thing I'd say is that I would do it in a anti-clockwise direction. The book suggests clockwise, but I think the descents in particular are a lot better when done anti-clockwise, and I would definitely wait until there's at least been a bit of a dry spell. It's very muddy in sections. If you try this after a wet spell or in the winter, so keep that in mind. But yeah, it's absolutely brilliant ride. Well, I hope you enjoyed my ride review today. I'll hopefully do a few more of these in the next few weeks. But as for the ride today, highly recommend it. If you live in the Wiltshire area, particularly the Marlborough area, or anywhere near Avebury, definitely worth giving this ride a go. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it today, and thanks for watching.